Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to figure out exactly how much truth is hiding in corporate filings. Today we're diving headfirst into AB Private Lending Fund's latest report, and let me tell you, it's got some interesting numbers that paint a picture of their recent activities. Stick around to see if this fund is booming or busting. Before we jump in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss any of our deconstructions. Also, we've got a fantastic Discord community where we break down these filings together. You can find the link in the description below. So, what exactly is AB Private Lending Fund up to? Well, they've been busy selling some of their shares and giving out distributions. Let's start with those unregistered sales of equity. It looks like back on the 2nd of January, the fund sold a bunch of Class I common shares. The final count for these shares was confirmed on the 22nd of January, and they ended up selling 94,010 shares. This brought in about $2.37 million in consideration. This whole deal was exempt from standard registration because it was a private offering, essentially meaning they sold it directly to specific investors, not to the general public. Think of it like a private club getting its own special shares. Now let's talk about money flowing back to investors. On the 22nd of January, the fund declared regular distributions. For Class I shares, they declared a gross distribution of $0.20 per share with apparently no shareholder servicing or distribution fees, meaning the net distribution was also $0.20. However, for Class S and Class D shares, it looks like there were no distributions declared. This means that if you held Class I shares, you received a payment, but if you had Class S or Class D, you got nothing from this particular distribution event. Those distributions were set to be paid out around the 27th of February, either in cash or reinvested back into more shares for those in the fund's reinvestment plan. Moving on to how the fund is valued as of the 31st of December of last year, the net asset value or NAV per S share for Class I shares was $25.20. For Class S and Class D shares, that information wasn't provided in this specific report. This NAV figure is crucial because it represents the underlying value of each share. Based on the fund's assets minus its liabilities, it's what each share is theoretically worth at that specific point in time. And digging a bit deeper, as of the end of 2025, the fund's total net asset value was around $163 million. They had about $339.3 million in their investment portfolio, which sounds like a lot, but they also had about $181.5 million in debt. This gives us a glimpse into their leverage, how much borrowed money they're using to potentially boost returns, but also increasing their risk. Now let's look at the overall health of their offerings. The fund is continuously offering up to $1 billion in shares. Besides the private offering we mentioned earlier, they also have this ongoing public offering. This table here shows us what's actually been issued. For the private offering, they've issued a massive 6,529,182 Class I shares, bringing in over $163.8 million. However, for the public offering across all share classes I, S, and D, it looks like they haven't issued any shares yet. This suggests that while the fund is raising significant capital through private placements, especially in Class I shares, the broader public offering is still in its very early stages, or perhaps hasn't fully kicked off with tangible issuances. The total raised across both offerings discussed here, considering the private placement's substantial contribution, is over $163.8 million. They plan to keep selling shares monthly, so we'll be watching to see if those public offering numbers start to climb. And that about wraps up the key information from this filing. So what is the verdict on AB Private Lending Fund? On one hand, they are actively raising capital, particularly through private placements of Class I shares, which suggest trailing interest from certain types of investors in what they offer. The NAV per share for Class I is holding steady, and they are generating distributions for these shares. However, the lack of activity in the public offering and no distributions for Class S and Class D shares are points to consider. The significant debt level compared to the net asset value is also something to keep an eye on. It's a strategy that can amplify gains but also magnify losses. They seem to be relying heavily on private investors for now, which might mean their strategy is more niche and less broadly accessible. Looking ahead, a key opportunity for the fund will be to see if they can successfully launch and scale their public offering. If they can attract more public investors, it could lead to more consistent growth and potentially diversify their funding sources. A major risk is the interest rate environment and the performance of their underlying loans. If the economy falters, their borrowers might struggle, impacting the fund's portfolio value and its ability to make distributions. In conclusion, AB Private Lending Fund is a company in a growth phase, primarily fueled by private capital. While Class I shareholders are seeing some returns, other classes are currently on the sidelines. The next few months will be telling to see if they can broaden their investor base and manage their leverage effectively. Alright, that is our deep dive into AB Private Lending Fund's latest report. What are your thoughts on their strategy and these numbers? Let us know in the comments below if you found this breakdown helpful. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more insights into the world of corporate filings. And don't forget to join our Discord community for more real-time discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.